Welcome to Proclaim, a presentation of the Catholic Diocese of Alexandria. Join us as we journey together through the Scriptures revealed to us by God.
Good morning and welcome to Proclaim. As we begin to look at the way in which the Gospels came into being in anticipation of studying in detail the Gospel of Mark, most scholars will identify three stages. The first one was the time in which the events themselves took place, the lifetime and the ministry of Jesus, the things that were actually historical in their framework and context. And then the second stage, which is often forgotten or not paid close attention to, is the preaching of the gospel. Remember, the mission of Jesus was to go out to the whole world with the good news, and there was clearly a sense of urgency simply because they wanted as many people to hear the good news as possible before the Lord returned. And you can certainly sense that urgency even in the early sermons that the book of Acts gives in the ministry of Peter. They must do something and do it quickly, do it now, do it before it's too late. And that period seems to have gone on for quite some time, several decades. If Jesus' death was somewhere in the early 30s by our calendar, the first gospel, the Gospel of Mark, as we'll see a little bit later, probably was not written until the mid-60s. So we have 3 decades, 30 years, in which the gospel was preached, as stories were told, as they were retold, as they were passed on. And that flavor of the oral transmission is very clearly something that affected the Gospels. Think in terms of our own experience as we pass on stories. The basic storyline may be pretty consistent, but the details tend to vary.
This program was brought to you by Antoon Enterprises and Christus Cabrini Hospital.